No, what I wanted was for him to stop behaving like a jealous, manipulative arsehole, thought Annie, and instead I got this. So what happens next? Asked Dolly, when Annie didn't answer. She had watched this, the war between Annie and Max, escalating over several years. The arguments, the confrontations, then the courts, the decree nisi. Now it looked as though the final shot had been fired. He's moving out, said Annie, struggling to keep her voice steady. He's at the Holland Park house as we speak, getting the last of his things together. So you're keeping the house? Of course I'm keeping the house. It's my bloody house. Where's he going then? He's got the place in Barbados. He'll go there. Dolly nodded. Their tea arrived, along with scones, jam, cream, tiny chocolate cakes, finger sandwiches and raspberry bakewell tarts. Annie looked at it all, so lovely, so appetizing, and felt sick. I never wanted this, she said, poking the envelope with her finger. I just wanted... She faltered to a halt. What? Prompted Dolly. Annie shrugged. How could she bear to go over it all again? To explain that her visits to Annie's nightclub in Times Square, New York, had been viewed with extreme suspicion by Max. She'd been so proud of the club, so pleased with it. It was hers, and hers alone, but he had killed her pleasure in it. Every time she went over there, he behaved as though she was betraying him in some way, and was cold to her for days after. It was maddening. He travelled on business, and you didn't catch her behaving like a moron. You know what finally finished it for me? He had me followed, Annie said. It was this time last year. Dolly stared in surprise. What? You didn't tell me that. I'm telling you now. It was in New York. I had a feeling I was being watched. Then I caught this bloke trailing me. I grabbed him. He was a private detective. Max had hired him. He seriously thought I was having an affair. For fuck's sake, said Dolly, too fascinated to even start in on the cakes. Her eyes narrowed. Oh, wait. Not Alberto Baroli? Annie nodded and heaved a sigh. Yeah, he thought I was having an affair with Alberto, and he had some private dick trailing me, for God's sake. I was that mad at him, doll. I'm his wife. If he couldn't trust me, what was the point? So when I got back to England, I faced him down about it, and I totally lost it. I said, if he couldn't take my word as the truth, we'd better end it. Shit. You know what that son of a bitch said to me? Annie's eyes were flaring with temper. He said, fine, then you'll be free to fuck whoever you damn well like. Dolly winced in sympathy. And what about Layla? Annie gulped hard. This was the most awful part. Layla was a daddy's girl. She adored her father. She'd always run to Max rather than to Annie, which hurt. But Layla's schooling at Westminster was at a crucial point, and she couldn't relocate to Barbados with her dad. It just wasn't practical. Layla's staying with me, said Annie. And how does she feel about all this? How do you think she feels? Snapped Annie. Then she shook her head. Sorry, doll. Didn't mean to take it out on you. It's just been so hard. She's devastated. Of course she is, and I'm public enemy number one as far as she's concerned. Her dad can do no wrong. She'll come round, said Dolly, reaching across and patting Annie's hand. I don't know. All I know is I couldn't go on that way. What did he want to do? Keep me in a cage or something? I have business in New York. But Alberto's there, said Dolly, and she knew, everyone knew, that Annie and the mafia boss, Alberto Baroli, went way back. There had been times when Dolly herself had wondered about the closeness of their relationship. Not that she would ever tell Annie that. Have some tea, she said. Why not? Asked Annie, although she thought it might choke her. She had an hour to kill, and then he'd be gone. Then she'd go home.